Morning, people. Yeah, Squirrel says good morning as well. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning here in Scotland, and it is cold as fuck. The sun is low, as you can see. I look like I'm in an angelic kind of situation here, covered in a Maine Coon. Right, so most of you have seen my video about my grades, and a lot of support, a lot of comments, and I thank everybody for those comments. But I just needed to ride out that feeling, that roller coaster feeling of just disappointment. So today, hi Scott. I am going to do my best to get through this Virginia Woolf to the lighthouse. I've got to read part 1, which is pretty much half of the book. Aww, she's such a big baby. And then I've got some poems to read, I've got a play to read, and a couple other things. So I'm just going to resolve to plod along, take as much notes as I can, and read as much as I can, and just move forward, because it's only the way I can go. And really pay attention to the feedback my lecturer gave me, which I'm going to print out and stick to the wall so I can look back on it and really practice with that. My auntie, well, she's not actually my blood auntie, but she, you know how your mum always has best friends from when you're little, and you just tend to call them your auntie so and so. I have a couple of those. So this particular auntie is very much in tune with our spiritual energy, yoga, all that type of stuff. And she basically said to me that no matter what, scores within academia is no way to measure one's level of success. And she is mostly right. She did a psychology degree. Goodbye, squirrel. She did a psychology degree and passed and everything, and then decided to go pick up everything and move to London. And then she ran bars and youth hostels and that for a good number of years before she went on this journey to become like a yoga instructor and just really enjoying life. And like I know there's a lot of people that have done that. And I mean, she did make a good point that like I've got a lot already, I've done a lot already, and regardless of where I stand in the marking scheme, I am doing well, considering that I've published 3 books. I've got 1 book not published that's finished. And I'm writing book 5, poetry book 5. I've got novel and I've got other stuff that I've been working on. I've got these channels, like, I mean, she makes a good point. And Clarissa Thompson, if none of you don't know her, she's part of the Cylon Johns and the Cylon Jills. They do Battlestar Galactica stuff. Should definitely go find their channel. She was saying that you're very intelligent, you've got all of these things, and the point about education is learning, not the overall grade, which is good, right? And I do see that. But for me, it's like, well, if I'm missing this core element that's bringing me down my grades, then how, if I can't get this right, then how will I survive in a job that I want to do? Now, I'm very much a person who swims when they're thrown in the fucking deep end. You've not got any other choice. But there's always going to be one or two things that I'm not great at. And nobody's perfect, right? I totally get that. Hands up. Totally get that. And a lot of people left in the comments about, asking my tutor, getting a tutor, maybe having somebody else to help me, blah, blah, blah. And these things I have thought about, but I don't have the money to have a tutor, a personal tutor, not in the slightest. And I don't really have any other uni friends that I can work with, because the ones that do really well or have done really well in years 1 and 2 are now struggling in years 3 just as much as I did in second year. Like, there's 3 of my American friends that I think are top notch. I really do look up to them when it comes to academia. And they are younger than me. But even they are struggling. And they're not in the same subject. They're doing, I think it's philosophy or something else. And they are finding it really hard to keep up with the marking scheme. So it's not just me, and I know that. Perhaps my last video maybe made it be that way, but for me, when I'm upset, I'm upset. It's just there and then, and it's better just to ride the roller coaster out, and then have a nap, sleep it out, and then come to process it properly. It's all part of like the stages of grief. Sometimes they're really fast for me, sometimes they're not. I mean, everyone will be different. So a lot of people were actually agreeing with me as well. A lot of people saying, yeah, I know how you feel. I've been through this many times, or it's took me years or whatnot to do a degree. So a full degree in Scotland is 4 years. In England, it's 3 years, right? So that you can do it part-time and make it like 4, maybe 6 years or something like that. I can't remember. But a lot of people have found it very difficult and it had to put it off, and it's caused them even more expenses. Now, I want to get this done, but that's just me. And also because in Scotland, Scottish students get funding and they're paid for them, and you don't necessarily pay that loan back until you hit a certain threshold of income. So you only get like 4 or 5 years worth of funding if you're lucky. You might get extra if you pass and you go to do a master's, but you'll probably need to pay half your fees. So I'm determined to get this done. And I mean, I know it's only one grade. But for me, I was just really angry and frustrated because the level of work that I put in versus what I got was just, it didn't equate. I can tell you for a fact that essay did not look anything like the essays that I had done before in first and second year. I went completely out my way to sit for days proofreading those things, to making it look nice, to having all the references and stuff. But again, it's not a complete failure. It's the bump that I need to be like, stop, look at it again and go, this is where I need to go. This is what needs to change. Because I've had bumps like this before. Or I've had people piss me off, and I'm like, you know what? I'm fucking doing this. You know what? Get the fuck out of my way. Um, just, yeah. So the plan is print off my stuff and keep looking forward, do what I need to do, keep up with my work, learn as much as I can, and also use that information to put that into my books. Anything I publish, keep a good record, keep building whatever I'm building on here, whatever the hell this is. And just move forward. And hopefully maybe help some people along the way. If that's something, if people can watch these and say, that's me, that's just me, that's me, and not feel so bad. Because my aunt's right. You put too much faith in the education system, it can weigh you down. It can be the end of you, which is very, very right. And my university is not short of incidents of suicide, and that is deeply wrong. And you should never feel like you've been pushed to the edge where it's that fucking bad. Because that did happen. I'm aware of it. But it's not isolated to Stirling. It's a thing across the board, all over the UK that I'm aware of, and possibly in the US and everywhere else it happens. And personally, I think sometimes the education system should be changed slightly and modified for modern day experience. Our old ways of teaching are not necessarily the same for now. And we shouldn't have to worry to a so big extent about how we get anywhere in life. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I guess I'm just chatting and voicing out these things. I'm really just talking to myself at this point, and you guys are just happen to be listening and can click the pause button or fast forward a little bit or fast backwards, and you know. And if any of you are wondering why I've not even bothered to put a face on or anything, why bother? This is me. This student diary is about me, my experience, and just being a real human being, you know? A real human being wears their jammies in the morning when they can't be bothered going out. These are not actually my jammies, this is my hoodie and my comfy trousers. But yeah, it's one has to be comfortable. I guess what I'm really scared of is not achieving the dream that I want, is to go do my masters and really fulfill that and create the next stage in my life, in my dreams to achieve stuff. And the achieving stuff is one thing, but it's also to the main goal is achieving overall security and providing for the kids, my kids and my friends' kids as well. Not that I need to, but if I had a certain amount of money, and money isn't everything, but I can afford a few things. If I had a certain amount of money, then I could give back to my friends, to the people who have supported me, who have openly believed in me in one way or another. And I could build something. And that's all I really want to do. It's build something meaningful. No bullshit. That is mine and actively seeks to help others. And really, really just makes humanity more human. Yeah. I just want to be a good human. Okay, so I've probably ranted too long for this little diary segment. If you have any thoughts or comments, or whether put them down below. If you have any stories to share with me about your experience, put them below. Let other people read them, let other people relate to them, and or share them with people that they know that are going through a difficult educational experience at the moment, whether it be university, whether it be college, or even just school, basic school, like high school or whatever. No matter their age, share it with them, show it to them, and maybe it can help them just slightly. We'll see where this goes. I will catch up with you soon. Ta-da.